Hello, living in Boulder vlog for 7:16 in the morning at February 26th. I'm nocturnalized. So I brought you this because in order to get to the next level of what I'm working on, I have to do math. I'm working on bike racer levels right now. I segued into that because I started working on the Circus Maximus on Google Earth, where they did the horse racing. I want to connect historical endurance racing to modern. I saw this TED talk on the other day where this guy was saying that people couldn't imagine like 50 years ago of all the amazing stuff endurance athletes do now, and it's actually not true. There's this guy Euripides ran 150 miles in one run in a day and a night, so I guess that meant 24 hours, and so now it's a race that people do. And that's about as far as people can run. And then Plenty said that people are running 100 miles. They're doing 100-mile races in the Circus Maximus. So, but the chariots were racing 4 kilometers for the main duration. The Romans were in the Circus Maximus. The Greeks were doing 7.5, and the Byzantinians did like 9 or 10. So it was on how many laps. So so I'm just, for the last couple of days I've been doing the combination of working on my website, Bike Racer Levels. I created a new distance. Before I had it like 200 and 250 meters. I wanted to have it double. So then it was like 2 to 5 kilometers, and also based on how long the races are. But then I jumped from 5 kilometers or 4 kilometers all the way up to 20, and so can't remember why I did that, so I added the 10 kilometers because that's lots of time trials anyway. And it also, I was able to take a bunch out of the 20 kilometers and make it manageable. It's too big. And the 10 kilometers is really big, so yeah, it needed to be its own. And then I'm going to take away the month, and so then I can have 12. Because there's lots of results for a week, but not a month. So like Race Across America is a week. So I'm going to build them into all the different levels in the Circus Maximus for all the different distances. Draw all the people in for all the levels, and then highlight the background for the level. But I think I'm also going to do that in Boulder room for the straight ahead one. So we'll have one that goes around and the one that goes straight ahead too, to help calibrate distance. Number one. Another reason would be to create a culture, which is good. To motivate people to ride their bikes and to be interested in history and to value all the technology we have. Like somebody in history would if they were to teleport now. But right now I'm at a spot where I have to do math, because on this one I'm kind of doing them, each one's different. I was doing the shorter ones, and now I'm going to do the 10 kilometer one, but I'm doing different distances, so I'm doing it by how fast they average, and I'm including the fastest. Actually it's 7.6 kilometers, the fastest of time trial, which is like 36.53 miles an hour. So then other ones are only 10 kilometers or more, 10 kilometers. So I haven't even figured out how I'm going to do that. So how far behind the next guy's going to be, I haven't thought about it, because I only just now finished creating the circles around it, because I'm going to have them, when I have lots of them, when they go around, they go out into another level out. And then you can see them on top of the different colored level they are to help illustrate the levels. And also in your head as they go around laps in space. So yeah, that'll be cool when it's done. Yeah, I don't know how long. I got like a bug bite here. It's weird. Bug bites. I should clean my room. I haven't vacuumed my room for a while or picked it up. I'm gonna do that today. I've been perfectly nocturnal. Like I'm gonna go to sleep and wake up at night. I like it though. It's very peaceful when you're literally only awake at night. Yeah, time goes by really fast. And you work just, or at least I do. Okay, so, yeah. Tomorrow, maybe I'll be able to do the entire people in 10 kilometers. That would be amazing if I could do that. It's like almost 300 people though, 297. So, the eventual goal is to make a maps and charts that illustrate what different lifestyles and technologies and things you do and how you train and how hard you train and how old you are and even what country you are, what sex you are, all that stuff. Plug it into like a calculator thing and then it'll give you your level. So that's and then of course after I finish the page, experiment on myself, hone it with my scientific experiments by riding myself. I'll have to get a time trial bike though and a mountain bike. I want to get a fast road bike too. I think I'm going to make a downhill category. So anyways, I think I've done enough talking. So yeah, I've just been trying to get some momentum going since the last time I did the video. That's why I didn't do a video for a couple of days, because I was just working. So I kind of still feel like that too. I still feel like I've not been working on it very long, which makes it super exciting, which makes me work really hard on it. Yeah, looking forward to maybe I'll work on this for a whole month, and then like the month of March, and then we'll see if I can, how far along I can go. For them to make it fun psychologically, I like to when I pick it up, I like to pick it up. I like to have good stopping points and starting points at places where, like a turning point. Like do really tedious stuff on the bike racer level stuff, and then right when it's time to plug in, make the charts and graphs, and I'll do that later. So when I go to it, I'm fresh, and I've already done the tedious stuff, so it makes it even more exciting, so then I work even harder at it. So, yeah. But I've got the Google Earthing of Rome, which is really I'm thinking about that too. So that's another thing that's motivating me to work really hard on this, because not only do I get to see the bike racer levels are finished out, but it makes it sooner for me to start to finish building Rome on Google Earth. And not just, and then after that I can do the Empire of Rome, and then Boulder Rome, which is going to be really interesting. So we'll see what I can do. Okay, so yeah, I think I've talked long enough. I haven't been listening really. I've been really high this weed. It's made me really stupid and like not really interested in paying attention to history stuff, but it makes me work really hard, like constantly. Just I've been listening to astronauts interviews about the guys who went to the moon. Like I want to do all of them. Okay, so that's enough talking. Whew.